Hello.
So today you are in Bhopal. So for what project you are in Bhopal today?
I'm actually in Bhopal for a very exciting project for C5 actually. It's on a social cause because I've been always looking at subjects or scripts which highlight something. So this is one of it.
So it is related to feminism, or you have already earlier also you have talked about feminism
Actually, I'm not a feminist, not at all. I personally believe women don't need a term called feminism. A lot of actors have also spoken about the same, including Priyanka Chopra, I think, that we women are powerful enough not to need that title of feminism. So I don't believe in that term. On the contrary, I feel in the basic human empowerment, I feel, because we're all humans at the end of the day, leave the gender aside. So I'm quite kicked about the part that I get to play a character which will highlight all that.
That's it. Because being a human is better than making a dividation of male and female.
Yes, that's
That's
correct.
it. So we would also like to know from you that what is the difference between Bengal film industry and Mumbai film industry? What are the basics of that, and also about the nepotism and favorism of some actors about that? What do you feel on that?
I have been asked these questions before, and every time I had different answers. You know why I had different answers? Because as the days progress, the system changes. I still feel that people might say, oh, there's still a lot of nepotism going on and everything. Yes, and also no. Because you might have nepotism, you might have favorites, but if they're not good enough to be promoted, the audience will not buy it. It's that simple.
There are also being some branding of the actors. Like if we saw earlier that we recently for Tripti Devi, there was a campaign that she is a national crush and Instagram pages जिसको खरीद के agencies को पैसा दे दे के बहुत सारा
Yeah.
आफ्टर दैट मेकिंग अ ब्रांड है उसके बाद उस ब्रांड का रिजल्ट उतना अच्छा मार्केटर्स को नहीं मिलता है
Right.
व्हाट्स द रीजन बिहाइंड दैट व्हाट डू यू थिंक ऑन दैट
That's exactly what I said at the last answer. कि, अगर आप एक ब्रांड हो तो आपको बेचने के लिए इतना करना नहीं पड़ता. You automatically will sell because your authentic principle is so strong. It could be a product or it could be a human. It'll shine through. But if it's all fluff, then it'll fall.
And also, have you see the films of strategy plays?
Realistically, I can share something very interesting with you when you asked me this question. I watched it because I played Sharmila Tagore's younger version in a Bengali feature film, which released 2 years back. You know the actor Parambrata Chattopadhyay? He was there, Bulbul, he was there in Kahani. So he's a director too. So he directed the last Bengali feature film which I did. And I played Sharmila Tagore's younger version. And where there is Satyajit Ray's Opur Pachan. I'm sure you've heard of him. Opur Shoksha, Opur Pachan.
No,
So it's basically like there's almost, I'm not calling it a trilogy, but it is kind of like that. And Sharmila Tagore has been a very important part of Satyajit Ray's films and film career because so there was basically a biopic on Shobit challenge. He's no more with us, but he's been a very credible icon within Bengal film industry. And I got to play Shabla Tagore, so I got to relive a part of Satyajit Ray's recreation in a way through Paramathos. That's
it's exactly the watching it. And so, being a Bengali girl always have a very reflection and openly, they talk openly on the politics and the social issues. So, what's your political view because the current scenario, as you see, the डेमोक्रेटिकली काफ़ी स्टेट्स में अलग अलग पार्टीज का जीत हो रही है जैसे अभी तक कौन एक पार्टी की काफ़ी जीत हो रही है पूरी स्टेट अब अलग अलग पार्टीज की भी हो रही है व्हाट्स यू यू फील पॉलिटिकली as actress Tridha Choudhury, what do you think? You're a right winger, left winger, or what's your political view?
realistically speaking, I am more of an observer. I've always observed and seen how things move, how things go. This is the only system which I feel might not end up changing because it's through conflict that and chaos that there's constant you know, creation of a lot of opinions, wings, this is that. That system might not change because it's a system and we're all stuck in it, sadly. However, what I would like, let's say there's a way that I would like something to change, is how people evolve with that. You can have opinion, you can have, but I think if people feel they want to be stuck in a system, then it's up to them. I feel all of us as humans have a lot of, I keep saying humans because at the end of the day, this is my honest answer. I've come to the basic point that no matter whom you vote for, whom you put on the pedestal to take care for the, the frame of the caretaker, if you are not responsible towards uh, really believing in that, it will all fall through. So in my space, I feel if I would like to have an impact, it might be in a manner where I feel everybody needs to know that other than their system guiding them, there is an inner system which is built, which is like if you feel well, if you practice a lot of mindfulness techniques, you're able to, resolve the internal conflict you have.
By continuing this, uh, country में बहुत सारे rape cases हो रहे हैं. If you are in the political power as CM or prime minister, so what you do that कि और उस rape cases को करने के लिए कारण recently मैं government में बड़ा doctor के ऊपर एक rape case हुआ. So what you will do as a politician or as a powerful person, what you will do?
I personally feel I would rightfully surrender when I'm wrong. Like, let's say I know that my party has failed to keep up a commitment, or I have not been able to really see through something or control something, the situation which is blown out of proportion. I will take responsible actions in addressing and admitting instead of just be delusional about the bad part that doesn't exist. So I think that's very important stance stage I would take. Because it's normal to make mistakes as a human or as a political leader. It's normal. But if you do not own up to it, or if you do not see a way of learning things around, it might not just work.
You are for a classical dance, no? Have you learned Chow dance? It's a famous dance of
Cho. Cho. Yes. I could be pronouncing it little wrong because they call it the P. Cho dance is very difficult, I would say. It's a whole festive feeling of costumes and everything, and there's a lot of coordination involved. Any form of dances. Cho particularly I've seen, but I'm not sure if I was able to pull off unless I've trained at it really well.
it is a very regional and very classic kind of dance that is also a heritage of UNESCO. What would the personality changes you get after being a classical dancer?
This is interesting. Personality change after being classical dancer has been about being very fluid anywhere. Like if this is a stage where you're doing an interview, I would totally forget that there's a camera or there's an angle. I will interact with you, but also be mindful of yes, there is an angle we have to capture. But that confidence comes with knowing that there may be 1,000 eyes on me or just 10, but I will still have to make this my stage and own it and just do my best. So dancing teaches you that discipline of holding the stage, feeling it, and owning it.
So how did you left microbiology?
I never said I left microbiology. I I just didn't pursue further PhD or anything or masters because by the time I was college fresher, studying, learning, there was a lot of practical work. But then I also had to take a practical decision. I don't like to be an average. I could do not I did not want to be left an average student and an average actor. I wanted to excel at either of them. So I chose something.
But one thing, I don't know this question may be a contribution,
Controversial.
yeah, but I have to ask, do you think in Bollywood of the women has been using, as I think I should use this word,
Fem-
as a uh, as a body doll for people to attract the sexually audience who sexually
I can.
and
And I can.
yeah.
It's been going on forever. I don't think there's anything new about it. Okay, let me tell you. Let me rephrase it and turn it differently. We women are beautiful. We are definitely beautiful. We're gorgeous creatures, and I think if there is so the sundarta hai, if there's beauty, it's okay to put it very aesthetic. But if it's shown in a very abusive, violent, or very over the top done manner, like like when you exploit, then that's different. Then you see my expression change. Like beauty can also be a woman just wearing nothing, but she has like a something like a sheet of curtain or something, but she's not still visible. You see, you might just see a silhouette of her. That's beauty. But similar, if you see something beyond that, it just might not be beauty. So I think that boundary has to be maintained. Like for me, also I've chosen a lot of characters. Maybe sometimes it's also gone wrong for me. Like for instance, I thought it would turn up differently, but my team did not. We were not in sync with that. So I've had situations where I regretted doing that particular character or that character scene. But then I made up for it because I owned up to the decision that look, it's done, it's done. I'm an actor. It's my job to act. It's not anything else beyond that.
But also it may be demolishing the culture of India and also using the woman like this is wrong. The passing the borders of the limitation.
That's exactly what I tried to say. See the difference between beauty and when it gets ugly. It's just that it's pretty much, and also the eye of the beholder, because sometimes if you have to show, like let's say in ashram they had a brutal rape scene. So we took precautions of having like I was wearing denims, there was like a tank top. I was not naked. So out of everything, and Bobby and I had like a pillow between us. He was humping a pillow. He was not humping me. I'm sorry, but it was a fact. So at the end of the day, so many precautions were taken. But audience doesn't see it. Audience will definitely. We are trying to give them illusion, right? So it's all about smoke and mirrors illusion. But at the end of the day, boundaries have to be maintained. As far as culture of India is concerned, I would say people should not make it a very big matter, because when you're trying to show truth, a lot of things have to be shown that way.
And also we have also seen a corporate to get a few women are trying to I don't should say this, but trying to sell their body to grow, and also men are trying to grab them, try to use that.
Yeah, I have an interesting thing for this. It's not about corporate culture, Bollywood, Hollywood. It's about just the existence of men and women. Women in general, actually, it will be wrong for me to say that men try to always trap in women. It's probably always could also be the other way. So it brings me to the again fundamental question of it's a human thing. It's an individual's choice and conditioning that makes him do that. You can't say a person from Bombay does it, a person from Delhi does it, a girl from Indore does it, or a boy from Bhopal does it. You cannot say that. It's just conditioning, your own choices, which lead you to something like that. So, like let's say if somebody were to bother me, right? If somebody, it could be a director, it could be an actor, then I tell them that listen, you're crossing your line, you're crossing your boundary. And if I give in to that, then it's also a choice I'm making. So people need to see that they need to be understanding of these limitations in their own minds before they blame it on us.
What's the woman empowerment in like what should being saved from men in the society? Get a growth, get progress, and do what they want to do. So how we get appear from man and grow?
This has been a very interesting question, and the reason I like it the most is because this is exactly the system that people need to break out of. There is no system about you need to do this to be this, you need to do this to grow there. It's a strange system. Like if tomorrow somebody tells me if I don't do this, this will not happen to me, I will look at other alternatives to make something else happen for myself. So the part that if somebody needs to give me something and there's a trade-off there, that doesn't work. That equation doesn't work. Life is not like that. If I want to eat that chocolate cake, I'll find 1,000 other ways of eating that chocolate cake, even if this bakery doesn't have it or that particular type is not available. Have I answered your question?
Thank you very much, Tridha. Thank you very much for picking up pictures, man.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Enjoyed your answers also. That's really good.
Also, I feel
Thank you.
Thank you.